Number 9, complete the following two-column proof. X is the midpoint of TV, and TW is parallel to VU. So again, we see a vocab word in our statement here. So we know, or in our given, so we know that one of our reasons is going to be definition of midpoint, and that one's already filled in for us. So why don't we start there? And it says again that X is the midpoint of TV. So consequently, what that means for us is that this length and this length are congruent because of the definition of midpoint. So we can say Tx is congruent to Vx by definition of midpoint. Nice that we've got a couple statements now that we can use to help us complete this proof. The next statement says that angle W is congruent to angle U. Well, something I didn't mark up in the triangle originally, and I should have, because we dealt with the X as the midpoint of TV, but we also have TW is parallel to VU. And once we know that, what we've got is we've got two parallel lines cut by transversal. And consequently, oftentimes when we see parallel lines in a problem, somewhere in here, we're going to have to say alternate interior angles are congruent. Well, as we take a look at this, what do we know here so far? Well, the next one says angle TXW is congruent to angle VXU. And because of that, if we take a closer look, what are those? Well, those two angles are vertical angles. And we know that vertical angles are congruent. And now lastly, and I should have done it way before this, but I forgot to write down that we're trying to prove that triangle TXW is congruent to triangle VUW. So TXW, and let me make sure I've got that written, but TXW and I should have had VXU. I think, let me just look real quick here. TXW, VXU. Yes, I'm going to change this, so scribble this out on your paper. It's going to be VXU for our other triangle. And I just was looking at the tick mark. So angle T doesn't have any tick mark in it. Angle B doesn't have any tick mark in it. And then we want the X, which those are congruent because those were the vertical angles, the TXW and the VXU. And then angle U does have a tick mark in it, and angle W has a tick mark in it. But now that I have that corrected there, our reasoning is, if we take a look at it, is we've got a green angle tick mark, we have a red angle tick mark, and then we have a blue side. The side is not included, so our reason here is angle, angle, side.